Will the PS5 ever become normally available? Is there really going to be an Xbox Series X mini fridge? And what does dark cream soda taste like? Well, I talk about all that and more on this episode of the Toddcast. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Toddcast. As always, I'm your host, Todd McManus. And there's been a good amount of news coming out of these past 2 weeks that I'm going to talk about right here, right now. One big thing, we're going to go ahead and get into the stories here, the news, the entertainment, the good stuff, the meat of it, you know. So we're going to go ahead and get into it right now. About a week ago, Xbox, of course, made by Microsoft, who make a lot of technological things that we know of, like Microsoft Windows and all of the Xbox consoles and games and everything around that. They had apparently a poll on Twitter that pitted Microsoft, the company, against Skittles. And what it was you had to vote for which one, and it was whoever won was going to bring something back or to the table, you know. Skittles, if they won the poll, they were going to bring back the lime flavor, which is the green Skittle, that apparently they took away, I guess, a while back. I don't even remember it going. I mean, I don't eat Skittles that often. I mean, I like Skittles, but I don't just I just don't chow down on them, you know, like just every day or something, you know. Like, it's not my thing, you know. Like, I love Skittles, I really do, but it's just like I hardly ever have any. And if they're in my house, I'll eat them, but if they're not here, I'm not going to Walmart or wherever just to get some Skittles, you know. So, apparently it took away the green one, which is the lime, and Skittles said if they won, they're going to bring back the lime flavor. Okay. Cool. Sure. But if Xbox or Microsoft won the Twitter poll, they were going to start making Xbox Series X mini fridges. Now, the Xbox Series X, if you've seen the picture, if you're in the gaming world, or if you're not, just Google Xbox Series X, or you could probably just Google Xbox X, or the newest Xbox. And it's the cube, the one that looks like a box, kind of. That's got the line on the left side of where you put the discs in, and it's got the little Xbox logo at the top. They said they were going to make mini fridges that look like that. Now, in my opinion, I would rather have a cool Xbox Series X mini fridge over an extra flavor of Skittles. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, would you rather have a new flavor, a returning flavor of Skittles with lime, or a mini fridge that looks like a freaking Xbox? Like, who am I kidding here? Like, I don't love Skittles that much to just have an extra flavor. I don't even know if the lime is good. I mean, I like lime flavored stuff, like lemon lime, like Sprite, good old Sprite. It's lemon lime flavored soda. I'll drink it, but I can't think of like maybe lime suckers. Maybe I may have had like a lime soda maybe on here for the Toddcast, you know. But I don't. Like, okay, well, let me just tell you the results of the Twitter poll. I did not vote in this because I did not see it till after it happened. Was 51% to 49%. Xbox won by 2%. Now, who am I kidding here? That 49% of however many people voted. I don't even know. I'm going to have to Google it. Microsoft defeats Skittles in a Twitter poll. No, they had 50.5. Skittles had 49.5% and Microsoft had 50.5%. How many votes were cast? Do we know that? No. Oh, out of 349,000 votes, Xbox got 50.5% and Skittles got 49.5%. Now, if you do a little math here, let's do 341,731 times 0.495. A little over 169,000 people voted for a freaking flavor of Skittles to come back. Over how many? Okay, minus 21, 731. And 172,574, so 172,000 and a half, basically, people voted for the Xbox. Well, the 172,000 people that voted for that, thank you. Please, thank you. There was literally around 4,000 people different. Not even 4,000. That's like 3,000. Around 3,000 people difference of the votes. That people... What? Are you kidding me? 169,000 people voted for a freaking Skittles flavor to come back? Like, somehow this turned into a rant, and it was not supposed to be. I was supposed to just announce that they are now going to make Xbox Series X mini fridges at some point. I do not know how much they're going to cost. Probably a good bit, because one, it's Microsoft. Who owns Microsoft? That's Mr. Bill Gates. If you didn't know, he owns Microsoft. And Microsoft makes Xboxes. So technically, Xbox is made by Bill Gates. So it's a whole train of thought type thing that goes into that. You know what I'm saying? Now, back to these people who voted for the freaking Skittles. Like, how dare you? 169,000 people. You have got to give me a logical reason of why you... Okay. Let's take a minute, take a breather, and gotta ask yourself. Now, I can understand, I can see some reasoning when you think about it. When you think about it really good, that a bag of Skittles is, of course, way less amount of money than a mini fridge. I understand that. But a bag of Skittles, whether you're at the store and getting it, like, usually, if I'm at a gas station, I don't buy Skittles, for one thing. I love Skittles, nothing against Skittles. But I buy a candy bar or gas at a gas station. And my candy bar of choice, by the way, is normally Reese's Fast Break. And if I'm not in the mood for a Reese's, a good old Snickers can go very far for that, you know? And I've been chowing down on some Milky Way here lately, because I found out not too long ago, actually here on the Toddcast, that a Milky Way is just a Snickers with no peanuts. That's it. Maybe like some extra nougat or something. I don't really know. So, excuse me. So, I can understand, like, a bag of Skittles, or a little thing of Skittles, a pouch or whatever you call it, is way less cheaper. Was it like $1 or $2? Is way less cheaper than a mini fridge. I don't know how much a mini fridge costs. Probably $100 more. I most likely think it costs a couple $100. And especially if they make an Xbox mini fridge, which they would make tons of money off of that. I don't see how they don't want to do that. Like, just make a black mini fridge and put a line on the side of it and the Xbox logo, and that's all you need. With like the little vent green top looking part on the top of it. That's like, I could design this. I'm a marketing major. I'm in college. I can do this. Microsoft, please, I'm right here. Call me. Email me. Do something. I am here, Microsoft. Mr. Gates. Mr. Microsoft. Mr. Soft. Listen, if you make Xbox Series X mini fridges, people would buy those. You would be selling those out. I will guarantee you this. You will sell those out faster than you are currently the Xboxes. And that's a fact. Who knows? Maybe they even sell faster than the freaking PS5. And those things aren't hardly available anywhere because of a shortage in the chips that are going to making them. If you do this, and if you said, oh, it's a limited amount, like we only made 50,000 or whatever, there's definitely people that are going to buy those. How can you not see this as a good idea? How can you not? Unless Xbox is just toying with us, which I can very understand that. That was not the right choice of words, but I can understand them toying with the people, with the public. Doing this to be like, oh, we're not going to make it. Like, they designed this thing. I don't know who designed the Xbox Series X to make it look like this cube, because they want the Xbox to be as powerful as a PC gaming computer. They want Xbox, and Sony wants PlayStation for this too. They want the consoles to be almost as good or even better than PC gaming at some point in the future, which is highly unlikely currently now anyway. Like, I can't play a game on a computer. I can't use a keyboard. I don't know where all the buttons are. Like, I would suck at a computer game because I would constantly be looking down at the keyboard. Like, texting on my phone, I know just by doing it for years, texting on an iPhone, I know where the letters are. And I know a keyboard for a computer is the exact same layout of letters, but it's bigger. That's the thing. It's like, I can't type on a keyboard with just my thumbs, on a computer keyboard, just doing it with both of my thumbs. Like, I could text a whole paragraph on my phone through the text message app without even looking at it, and just hitting my thumb and hoping that autocorrect will be on my side as well in this instance. But I don't even know. I don't know. The reason of it, I can understand a little bit of the Skittles people, is that, but the lime, they wanted the lime flavor to come back. That's literally what this was about. Like, Skittles. Really? I don't know. Best of tweets brand bracket champion. Skittles versus Xbox. Skittles pledged to bring back the lime flavor if it won the competition. They might bring it back anyways, I don't know if they'll just promise it and not bring it back. They just might be a good sport and be like, hey, lime flavor, and then you can be putting your lime Skittles in your Xbox mini fridges. So, I don't know. I think that the lime flavored Skittles, just bringing back a flavor of a Skittle, does not compare to having an Xbox mini fridge, because a mini fridge, one, is cooler than a Skittle, and two, you can use it. How long is a bag of Skittles going to last from me eating them compared to me using a mini fridge? Mini fridge could last years. A bag of Skittles can barely make it out of the store before I eat them all. Much less if they come home, they won't last a day. Like, even those big bags, I could probably eat a 5-gallon bucket of those things in 24 hours. There's you a challenge. Forget all these Tide Pods and Cinnamons. Eat you a bucket of Skittles. I eat one big bag of Skittles, and it already, melts my tongue. I don't know why. It's all the sugar or the flavor. I don't know what does it. But it, melts the skin off of my tongue. And I don't know what's wrong with that. I'm pretty sure a bucket of Skittles would kill me. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, So, apparently Xbox Series X mini fridges are definitely going to happen. They might be making a full-size fridge, a full-blown, normal-size refrigerator, before it's all said and done. Of course, they did indeed send them, I think Snoop Dogg got one. Oh, that's what it was. Zoa energy drink. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson's new energy drink, Zoa, Z-O-A. They partnered with Microsoft, and apparently you could use your Microsoft Rewards points starting March 25th. Well, that's been almost a month ago. And at the Microsoft Rewards, you can enter a enter a chance to see if you could win this box, which had a normal fridge, not a normal fridge. It's a mini fridge, an Xbox Series X mini fridge with the Zoa logo on the front of it. A Zoa-inspired Xbox Elite controller with the logo on the controller. Zoa sunglasses and 6 cans of Zoa energy drink that you can put in your mini fridge. They did a poll on Twitter last year. 30,000 users voting that they would buy one if Xbox made it, so they might make it. The Rock, he talked about it a little bit. They sent the real life size, the full-blown fridges. They sent those to Snoop Dogg and then YouTuber iJustine. I've heard about her a little bit. They sent those full-size Xbox Series X fridges to them. So they actually have custom-made Xbox fridges. Now, it's got the boot up music whenever you open it, like it makes the sound whenever you turn an Xbox on. And The Rock, he's been with the Xbox brand since 2001. Like, he was there, and you can look up the video. I've seen the video. Whenever they revealed the first ever Xbox gaming console at a Microsoft event, Bill Gates stood next to The Rock introducing the first Xbox. like it's a funny picture, because this was when The Rock had hair still, back when he was still wrestling, you know, way back in his old fighting old Stone Cold, fighting Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the day. Fighting him, you know, like that was a long time ago. Like, of course I don't remember that. So yeah, Xbox Series X mini fridges will be real at some point. I imagine by the end of the summer, later this year, at least. I've always wanted a mini fridge, like, in my room, and I've never had one, and this would be the perfect opportunity, I think. But if there is any designers or mini fridge makers out there in the world that is, of course, listening to this Toddcast episode, you can always send me a custom mini fridge. Send a mini fridge that is solid red with the Toddcast logo on the front of it, and I'll use it. You can sponsor an episode. Please, sponsor an episode. Please. That way it's brought to you by something else other than Anchor. For the love of God, please help me. I'm crying instead of laughing. So, yes. So, but on the other side of the gaming field, let's talk about the PS5 a little bit. The PS5. Lord have mercy. These things are not available anywhere. Unlike them, though, I actually have one. Of course, I have told all of you that I indeed have and own a PS5. And it's amazing. I love it. It keeps updating. I've had it crash a little bit during some games, which means it got stuck, and then I had to, like, restart, you know. But I've done that with many gaming consoles over many years now. And I like it, you know. I like it a lot, you know. They have a PS Plus collection, of course, that I've said before is like a small library of games that are available to me for free that I can download and then play them. And then if they suck, all these games must not suck because they're on a good collection. But if I don't enjoy them, me personally, if I don't enjoy the game, I don't feel bad about deleting it because it was free, It was a free game, and it's like I can download it again later if I wanted to, so. But I don't really know what's going on with Sony. Sony's doing a lot of stuff here lately, making deals and not even making, they're not making PlayStations apparently. So, I don't know. I just have been enjoying giving you a little update on that. I've been enjoying the PS5. I have enjoyed it thoroughly. It has done me well so far, and yeah. So that's about it, really. I have it. that's all I can say, really. So yeah. But speaking of Sony, who make the PS5, they also make movies, of course. And this past week, they made a deal with Netflix that now Netflix is going to have the exclusive rights to stream Sony's Spider-Man movies and the Venom movies. Oh boy. Because I don't know what they're doing. Sony has always been in the news, whether it's them going to be bought by Disney or whatever, and I don't know. Their deal starts in 2022, so starting next year. It is an expansive pack that set up a 5-year exclusive pay TV window with the streamer for the U.S. rights to its theatrical films beginning in 2022. It's like all of their movies are going to Netflix, apparently. 18 months? Good gosh. So what happens is that, next year's movies, they got Morbius, the Uncharted movie, the sequel to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the second one, when it comes out next year. They will all go to Netflix, which that movie was already on Netflix, the first Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, that's basically it. Just that Sony's movies are going to Netflix. If there's a movie made by Sony and it's not on Netflix, well, it's gonna be on Netflix before it's all said and done by the beginning of next year. So. Yeah, and that'll happen with the Venom movie and the sequel, which will be Venom Let There Be Carnage, which is going to be a good movie in my opinion, because I like the first Venom movie. And then these are the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movies. I guess Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies as well, because they're made technically by Sony because they own the rights to Spider-Man. But Disney is the one who makes them. I don't know. I don't think they'll be on Disney Plus unless they buy the rights to Spider-Man. I'm not real sure. So yeah, Sony doing good with all their movies are going on Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, though, there's a movie coming out on Netflix on May 21st that I'm actually excited about, called Army of the Dead, which is a movie directed and made by the one and only Zack Snyder. He's making a movie. Yeah, he made another movie besides Justice League. And he talked about this the other day. He said there will be no Snyder cut of Army of the Dead, because he said this is the cut. There's not going to be any director's cut of this movie. So it's so don't even ask, basically. So, of course, there have been a bunch of tweets and stuff saying that people want Warner to restore the Snyderverse, which is, they want him to finish all of the other movies that he had planned, that he wanted to actually do. I don't think he'll do it. I don't think they'll allow him to do it. If they do, it's a lot of money for them, and they could let them go straight to HBO Max if they wanted to. That'd be a big pull for HBO Max, saying that the Snyderverse movies are HBO Max exclusives. that would be amazing for Warner to do. Like, that would be just rolling in the dough. Because I don't know what DC's doing right now. I've talked about this last week with my guest, and I talked about this probably the week before. It's like, I don't know what they're going to do now that the Snyder Cut's done, and they're making, like, The Batman, which is his own thing, and then the CW shows, which are technically their own thing. But the Flash movie is going to happen next year, and he's going to go back in time or do something. He's going to erase the reality that is the Snyderverse, and they're going to start new with something else, which is what they do. That's just DC's thing. It's like, all right, well, let's just have the Flash go back in time and change something in the past, and it changes everything in present day, and we'll have something different. So, whatever, But back to Zack Snyder. He's making Army of the Dead, which is on Netflix on May 21st. It will be premiering and released on May 21st, only on Netflix. Army of the Dead. The lead actor in that movie is actually Dave Bautista. So it's Bautista he played Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and he's former professional wrestler Bautista. So he will be, I think it'll be pretty good, honestly. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great movie. Maybe not even great, but it's still going to be a pretty good movie in my opinion. So I'm going to check it out, and I'll see how it is, and let you know if you got to see it. But that's on May 21st. So switching gears, actually going back to HBO Max, there's a movie coming out next week. So if you have HBO Max, you need to look out, because next week on April 23rd, which is next Friday, this coming up Friday on April 23rd, only on HBO Max and in theaters, is the Mortal Kombat movie. That is right. It is rated R, apparently a hard R rating. Like, they said they're pushing the R rating as far as they can go with this movie. And that's Mortal Kombat for you. Because the games are gruesome. Like, there are blood and gore everywhere. And to see this in a movie is going to be wicked. So, if you can't handle blood, gore, and violence, you should not watch this movie, probably. Like, it's going to be pretty awesome, in my opinion. But, like I said, I'm going to watch it, and I've been talking about this for the past couple of weeks anyway. I think it's going to be a pretty good movie, and I will, of course, watch it. I might review it. I don't know. Depending, I may give it like a short review. I don't really know if it's going to be amazing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll watch it and see if it's how hard of an R rating it actually has, but I will check it out. And if you want to check it out, you can. If you have HBO Max, next Friday, or this coming up Friday for whenever you're listening to this, on April 23rd, is Mortal Kombat. So check it out on HBO Max. And it's also one of the movies that is coming out the same day in theaters, and it'll be on HBO Max only for 30 days. So you have until May 23rd to watch it. So, yeah. So, Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Disney Plus is still ongoing. There are only 2 episodes left, but when you listen to this episode, there will only be 1 episode left, as next week is the last episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There are only 6 episodes in this season. If there is another season, I don't know, but there's only 6 episodes in this series. I've enjoyed it a lot, actually. I like it. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, you should definitely check out Invincible. It is a really good show. It's animated. It's about superheroes. It's also rated R. It's kind of like Imagine the Boys, but if it was animated. I like it a lot. Like, it's pretty good. And if you like that, if you like The Boys, you would like this. So check that out on Amazon Prime. And there's a new episode coming out of that every Friday right now as well. But the Falcon and Winter Soldier on Disney Plus, I like it. It is very well done. It's It's a good Marvel show. And I think it'll be good to see what happens, because 4 episodes have come out now, and on the 4th there was a big shocker. I won't give away any spoilers, but there was a somewhat big thing that happened that you should watch. And if you have Disney Plus, you should definitely check out The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And yeah, there's not really much else I can say about the show. That's just, I think it's very well done. I can't compare it to WandaVision because they're just 2 completely different shows in themselves. But I'm enjoying it. And if you like Marvel stuff and you have Disney Plus, you should check it out. Why not, So, new episode of that every Friday as of right now. When you're listening to this, episode 5 came out yesterday for all of you if you're listening to this new. And then next Friday, this coming up Friday, is episode 6, which will be the last episode of this series. And then Star Wars The Bad Batch animated show starts May 4th. And then the next Marvel show will start on June 11th, which is a ways off. But it'll be worth it because that is the Loki show. So yeah, that's basically all of what Marvel and Star Wars, a little bit of with the Bad Batch, That's what Disney Plus is doing in the next couple of months. And I can't wait to see what they do after that. I can't wait to see what they got in store for all of us to watch. So I got a couple questions here from all of you. Excuse me. So thank you all for asking these questions to me. And if you ever have a question or want to ask me a question that you would like to be answered right here on an episode of the Toddcast, if you are listening on YouTube, or if you didn't know, if you're listening on a podcast platform, every episode of the Toddcast is released the following Monday on YouTube. And you can go over to my YouTube channel. The link is down in the description of this podcast, of the podcast provider episode. Go down there, click on the link, tap on it, however you're listening to this. Go over to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded. And then you can go down into one of the videos and comment your question in the comment section. It'd be a really easy way to be able to ask me a question. Honestly, probably the easiest way, in my opinion, that if you have any question you would like to ask me, just go down and put it in the comment section below of any video, really. Preferably the videos of just me, like this episode here. But go down into one of those episodes, comments, and just comment a question that you would like for me to answer here on an episode. And I may answer it right here. So, you never know. And you can also comment a brand of drinks you would like for me to try on a future episode of the Toddcast. Like an entire brand that's got many different flavors, like 6 or more different flavors. It could be alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks. Doesn't matter to me. But as long as they have a good amount of different flavors and a good amount that I can actually find, like as long as they're not like limited flavors to certain areas of the U.S. or even certain countries, I just need to know if they're available near me. You know what I'm saying? So comment a brand of drink you would like me to try and review, and a question you would like for me to answer. But I got a couple questions right here, and I'm going to go ahead and answer these. So thank y'all for asking these questions. So first question we got is a would you rather question. I love a would you rather question. Would you rather parachute out of a plane or bungee jump off a bridge? That's a good question. I've never done both or either of these. I've never jumped out of a plane, and I've never bungee jumped. So which one would I rather do? bungee jump off a bridge or parachute out of a plane. In my opinion, parachuting looks like more fun. Because I'd imagine I'm in a movie or something. You know, like, parachuting just looks like it'd be more thrilling than I mean, there's so many things that could go wrong on either scenario. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna. So if everything goes right, which one would I rather do? Parachuting, probably. Bungee jumping, you're just on a cord falling, and then the cord rips you back up. That's what bungee jumping is. Like, you're just attached to this cord that you fall, and then it just yanks you back up. And it's like, what? Like, I don't know. I would choose parachute out of a plane, honestly, because that looks more fun to me, personally. That's just what I would choose. Because it seems more fun. Like, I can't say much else of why I would choose that. So to answer your question, I'll parachute out of a plane rather than bungee jump. So next question we got is, watched any documentaries lately? Not really. To be honest with you. What was the last documentary I watched? I've watched bits and pieces of some, probably, through, like, social media, like Instagram, Facebook, all that type of stuff, you know. Seeing different, like, posts and pictures and all that kind of stuff of documentaries. The last documentary I watched fully all the way through was probably Tiger King with Joe Exotic last year on Netflix. I can't believe it's been about a year since that happened, since all that Joe Exotic stuff happened. God, that's been a year. Golly, a year ago when I was talking about how it was such a big deal, and it's going to be a big deal for a while, and here we are a year later, and it's not a big deal anymore. Nobody cares about Carol Baskin. Yeah, I think that actually is the last documentary I watched fully through was Tiger King. Speaking of documentaries, there actually is a documentary coming out this coming Sunday on April 18th, which is the day after this episode comes out on podcast providers. It's on A&E are doing biography documentary type stuff. And they're doing them for, like, pro wrestlers and stuff like that. The one that comes out on Sunday is for Stone Cold Steve Austin, which is about him being, like, the biggest superstar of all time and everything, you know. So I honestly am interested in that and see how it'll do. And, of course, there is Dark Side of the Ring, which is another wrestling-based documentary series, which is on Vice TV. Which is the TV channel called Vice. They do, like, darker documentaries of the darker times during wrestling, of when somebody did so much drugs or whatever, you know, like, it's like a bunch of stuff, and the tragedy that happened with Owen Hart, and it's like, and most of you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but, like, if you want to know, like, more darker stuff about wrestling, Dark Side of the Ring has its own series on Vice, and I think it starts, like, May the 3rd or May 6th or something like that. The first week of May, there will be a new season of Dark Side of the Ring, and it has, like, each episode is a different wrestler or a different moment in wrestling in the past, like, 30, 40 years that had a big impact on the businesses across other businesses in professional wrestling. So So yeah, like that's the last documentary I actually watched was Tiger King, I think. But I do plan on watching a documentary actually the day after this episode releases, which is the Stone Cold documentary. So yeah. So thank y'all for those questions. And like I said, if you have any question, please post it in the comments section down below on my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube and you can post it in the comments of one of the videos, and I will get on that real soon. So thank y'all for those questions. Now, of course, it is time for drink review. If you saw the picture on social media, on the Toddcast Instagram page, which if you're not following, I don't know what you're doing with your life, you need to go on Instagram and follow _Toddcast_ only on Instagram. That is the only Toddcast social media page out of all social medias that is only on Instagram. And you will see a picture posted about 2 drinks that I have. And the first one that I'm going to try is, I procured these from my mom and my sister went over and they ate at Cracker Barrel. And that's where these came from, actually, because Cracker Barrel has like a little general store type thing out in the front. And they have like a lot of old drinks, so I got a couple. And so I got 2 of them right here. I just cracked it open. This is Virgil's Handcrafted Orange Soda. I do like me a good orange soda. So, Virgil's Handcrafted Orange Soda. Let's give it a try. So, Virgil, don't let me down. So, here we go. Orange soda. Alright, okay. Give it another try. Okay, I'm going to try it one more time. Wow, that's that's pretty good. Like, God, it gets better and better every time I drink it. Like, if I drink the whole bottle, it'll probably be like 100 or something. But good Lord, like, wow. If you like orange soda, you need to drive to Cracker Barrel right now, the nearest Cracker Barrel to you, or any old, authentic store that has old drinks, and go and get one, because this is Virgil's Handcrafted Orange Soda. Gets a solid score from 1 to 100, no decimals. It is a solid 92, because this has got to be the best orange soda I've ever had, and one of the best sodas, period. Like, it's so good. It's an orange soda, and it's amazing. Like, how did Virgil did not let me down. Virgil, the one thing you didn't do was let me down. All natural Virgil's Handcrafted Orange Soda gets a 92. Wow, that is like really good. So, the next drink we got, hopefully you can own up to Virgil here, is Caruso's Dark Cream Soda. Dark cream Italian style soda. Pop the top off here. Oh yeah. Also, both of these came in glass bottles, which is a preferred way of drinking sodas. To me, a glass bottle makes a soda taste really good, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though. So, Caruso's Dark Cream Italian Style Soda. I don't even know what dark cream is. Like, I don't know if this is like a cream soda, but I don't know what makes it dark. Is that just like a marketing term or something? Like, ooh, instead of cream soda, let's make it dark cream. Like, Sure. Whatever. So, Caruso's dark cream soda. Let's give it a try. Okay. All right. Okay. Like, I'm trying this soda. I can't really place the flavor, though. I guess that's the dark cream. Caruso's dark cream soda. Excuse me. I can't really place the flavor. It don't taste bad. I don't really know what that flavor is. Like, I'm just confused. Like, I'm not disgusted or anything with it. It's just, it tastes good, and that's about it. Like, it does nothing for me. It's like, doesn't jump out at me. On a score from 1 to 100, I'm just going to give it a 70. Because, like, would I drink it again? Sure, but I'm not going to go out my way and do it. It's one of them type of drinks again where it's like, yeah, it's good, but would you buy it? And the answer is no. I would not go out of my way to buy this drink. So, Virgil's orange soda, though, I'll go out of my way. I'll get a 6-pack of these. I got to go back to Cracker Barrel and get some of these things. Man, this is good. So, Virgil's orange soda gets a solid 92, and Caruso's dark cream soda gets a 70. So, 2 pretty good drinks, honestly. I'll give a little teaser for all of you here. These 2 were not the only drinks that I got from Cracker Barrel, that I got as a gift from Cracker Barrel. I got some other drinks that you may be seeing in the coming weeks. And also, I got something else that is not a drink from Cracker Barrel that I may have to try on an episode of the Toddcast here in the future. So, yeah. Also, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, you can probably guess what episode that is. Excuse me. 2 weeks. Oh, the Virgils. 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from this episode, is a big special. So you better tune in to that episode when it happens. 2 weeks, remember? That episode comes out May the 1st. It's literally the first episode coming out on May the 1st. It is a big special episode. You've got to listen to it. It's going to be pretty awesome. And I know next week's guest episode is going to be awesome as well. So, and I think that's going to do it for this episode. So thank all of you for listening. As always, please rate and subscribe. And if you're listening on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. And click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded. And make sure you follow the Toddcast only on Instagram for updates at _Toddcast_. And make sure you tell your friends and your family to give it a listen. Tell anybody you want to. And thank all of you once again for listening to this episode. And if you want to know what's going to happen next week, I guess you're just going to tune in to find out. Only on the Toddcast.